Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Nobunaga's Ambition Sphere of Influence for the third time on this channel. Because I think this has become my favorite of these games. I'm the serious JG. Taishi is pretty good. And I played the Ascension version of this game, and maybe that's what I should be playing. I just couldn't get that into it. And it's about an individual officer, so it really doesn't fit the whole it doesn't fit the whole let's do a Surfall charity stream reward thing, at any rate. So, what I want to do first is, we've got 30 officers in Tsutsujigasaki Palace, because the map is kind of limited to the big cities. So, Nakano Castle and Fuji Yoshida Castle were not available as a place that officers could go. So we don't need all of our officers to be in that one place. Now, resources in this game are shared. So our money and our food and our horses and guns, all that stuff, is actually shared between all of our cities. Which is why it's actually to your benefit. It's not a thing I do. I tend to make a bunch of cities that are all kind of able to do everything to an extent. But there's something to be said for the strategy of making cities that specialize in one thing. You can't really do that too much very early, because, like, all three of my cities are, how do I get off of this base? Like, I had a screen I got to before where I could list officers. I really thought it was L2 that I hit as well. I just got to a screen with, it's not this screen. Because that really is just zoom in and out. What did I do? This is weirding me out now. It is weirding me out that I can't get back to this screen. I really can't figure this out. Anyway, all right, let's just get over it. But no, we can spread our guy. Okay, what I was starting to say, and then I got myself all turned around. We can't really say, all right, this city is going to do nothing but economy. We don't need to worry about it being staffed with troops. We'll build all castle improvements and village improvements will be things to improve economy, and it's going to be hidden behind the lines of other cities, and if they fall, we're already screwed. We can't do that right now because all three of our cities, they're clustered together and we have enemies on all sides. It's kind of unlikely anyone's going to attack Nakano Castle, but the Imagawa might march in on Nakano Castle. They could attack it and ignore Tsutsujigasaki Palace. And, like, if we had the Kanto, this would be a fine city here. Fuji Yoshida Castle is kind of... There's not a lot of great terrain here, and that's a big problem for the Takeda. Like, when we played as the Date, we had this plane here where I had several really good cities we were able to build up. Same thing goes for the Oda, like I was saying last time. This plane gets some really good cities. The Takeda are going to have cities that can't expand and grow very much because they're all in the mountains. Which is why this big plane here, which is dominated by Tsutsujigasaki Palace, I might be able to build a town here eventually and take advantage of this, but yeah, there's not that many places where Fuji Yoshida Castle can expand to and vice versa. So we'll probably need to make them military bases with defensive stuff. But what I'm really getting to is I need to get officers moved to these places. Because right now, they've got one officer and they've got one officer. So we can move officers around. We can also make someone a castle lord. So here, let's find who has the absolute worst loyalty. Yujiro Byushi. And you are the second worst. I kind of don't want to put Yujiro Bayushi close to the Hojo because they'll try to hire him. So let's put Natsuko Sasaki as the castle lord here. That will make her move. She still won't be happy. But she'll be closer than she was. I'll head for Fuji Yoshida Castle. Immediately, my governing won't let you down. And we'll do the same thing here. But we'll put him in charge. And again, he won't be happy, but he'll be closer than he was. We have... Okay, now you're into orange. So you're closer. I've got to believe, yeah, 3 treasures. Ooh. None of these treasures will make you fully happy. The iron layer armor just ain't that good, I guess. So we could give the iron layer armor to Grimmeth and get him to orange. We could give you the black cloud horse and get you to 17. Who's actually going to go into battle? You might be in battle. I think a horse allows you to retreat. This is driving me nuts. I need to be able to get out of this menu because there's other stuff to look at. Like, I want to get to the screen where I can see... the information menu. Okay. Oh, I somehow accidentally hit something where we always went to that. That's not what I meant to do at all. Let's look at our treasures. Sword possessed... Oh, these don't... Okay, never mind. It doesn't work like RTK. These aren't doing anything. This is one of Shingen Takeda's favorite mounts. Wild and bad-tempered. It is said that Shingen's doubles were unable to ride him. Shingen always took 2 or 3 mounts when he rode to battle. So it's a very high level, but they don't do anything other than provide loyalty increase. Okay. And there's categories of things, and then there's grades. Gotcha. So they're just for giving people loyalty, and that's all that they do. So we could okay, if we gave him Black Cloud, that's a really expensive treasure. If he still leaves our force, then I think he gets executed. But this is kind of a big deal. Yujiro Bayushi is the... I mean, in my headcanon he's this very talented officer. Oh, but this is before Shingen's taken over. He's a very talented officer. Shingen's father's currently in charge. He knows that this guy's got some ideas that don't fit the clan that well. But he thinks that it's worth giving him a great treasure to get him on board. Wow, look at the impact. It's a +8 treasure for Grimmeth. Then again, so is this. There might be a personality thing going on. Greed versus mastery versus ambition, whatever. Because he's only getting +4 from this really high-end treasure. He's getting +3 from this lower treasure. And he's getting almost nothing from this treasure. Again, very little. 3. Well, let's give Grimmeth the treasure just because it's having, like, for whatever reason, his character type is greedy, I guess. Something with his personality traits or stats. I forget what might be going on there. But it does look like, yeah, this will actually make a huge difference to Grimmeth's loyalty. So we might as well use it in the way that would be the most impactful. I'm overjoyed by this, my liege. That leaves us with 2 people who are still in the red. We already made you a castle lord. We made you a castle lord. So you're getting 4 from this and 1 from that. And you are getting the exact same benefit. All right, well, let's give you that. We're giving Yojiro Bayushi a treasure and a castle. If he defects, he runs off with a treasure. But let's not give him, like, he's getting enough. He's getting the iron armor. And we just have to hope that we can kind of keep him around. If he stays in the if he stays around long enough, eventually we get a thing where you just have a you've been with the clan for a long time kind of bonus. The other thing we could do, we give him Black Cloud. We can keep her in the capital city, which is a little farther away from foreign influence. But now, all right, let's just give him. No, let's hold this treasure in reserve. We'll get you up to orange. That way we've only got 1 officer who is... Why, this is the famous Black Cloud. Many thanks, my liege. Now we've only got 1 officer whose loyalty is... all the way in the red. And he's a castle lord. Now, has he become the castle lord yet? Yeah, he's got a +4 from that, and it's still not enough. It's the -2 from being a progressive, plus the fact that at the required loyalty 15, you have to have nothing but positive modifiers, so they're always going to be pissy. So we got more people at orange than I would like, but now let's start transferring people from Tsuchigasaki. We will move... tell you what we can do. Let's get Vulture Bean and Vulture Bobo down there. At least. And then we'll get we'll get Uncle Baldo and Jaxor's Baldo down here. So now you got 3 officers, which means you got wait, what? I thought I just transferred people out. I guess they haven't arrived yet, although I don't know what those other people have arrived. I guess, okay, if you make somebody a castle lord, they automatically go into the officer pool even if they're not physically there. But these other people don't go into the officer pool until they arrive. So we still got way too many guys here. It doesn't matter. It's not the same as RTK. We're having too many officers in a city decreases the gold because these officers aren't getting paid. They get paid when they're first hired, and that's it. So let's get 1 or 2 more to each place. People who can do some work. We got a lot of 100 poll officers. I might have gone a little overboard. So we'll get Amuko Arisato. I need to keep 100 poll officers here though. Get you and Shaman down there. And then we will have We'll get Froxus and Elmandretta the Avatar can hang out down there. Now we've got, well, what I should do actually is check where are we in the video, because I kind of didn't get a good, all right, got another 15 minutes to go. About halfway through a video, and we still haven't finished the first turn. Hopefully they won't all be quite this long. Oh, we need to survey. We've only got 3 places to survey, but we should survey them all. We will use the most intelligent people possible to survey, even though I don't think it makes a difference. I think they find the same thing, but it orders them by intelligence. And if it's possible, you can't resurvey any place. Once you've surveyed it, you're done. So, like, if there's a possibility 100 intelligence officer will find more specialty resources than another, then I think it's worth having one turn where, you know, Grimmeth or JG won't be available to do all the awesomeness that maybe we'd hoped. So 5 labor to upgrade base structures. So these bases only have so much they can be doing. They've got a maximum size that's quite small. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus. There's a total of 9 space here, and only 7 space here. Whereas Tsutsu-Jikisaki Castle could be. It's one of the great castles of the game. So we got to consider, we can build it up quite big. We want our long-term goals in mind here. So 4-story Tenchu will maximum popularity, maximum number of troops. Extended Tenchu is the most expensive of all. Resistance increases, resupplied soldiers, strength increases, number of troops. I honestly, though, I like residence, because that makes your population of your city increase quickly, which means your city grows fast. So let's get a 2nd-story Tenchu going. Then we would need to build a earthen wall, because you need an earthen wall at least to get mid-level Tenchu. And then, if instead of putting all of our points into getting the high-level Tenchu, we go with mid-level Tenchu, the residence, which gives us growth rather than military advantage, then we don't need to get a 3rd level of wall. That should allow us to do enclosures, castle facilities, like all the other stuff. But we want to get going on that as soon as we can. This is not giving us any immediate advantage, but I like the idea that we get this stuff going quickly. Fortunately, that means we didn't leave a whole lot of, hold on here. This takes, however much road work it takes. Could have him at this for a while, but we use all of our labor. So we won't get to do anything. But we want those roads improved as quickly as we can, so let's go ahead. Get the job with less people than usual. You'll see. It looks like we don't have enough labor. We must secure 3 labor to improve roads, my liege. Oh. Did he go or not? I thought I had exactly 3 labor. Our overseer's vulture bean. Okay, we can't change our overseers to these other places. And overseers, okay, I'm not explaining very much, am I? Overseers will increase when you do development in your city. You can develop crops, crafts, or conscripts, which is your troop counts. The better your overseer, the higher their pulse score, the better you are at these things. But we can't change the overseers at any of these places other than the main city because they only have the one officer. These officers we've assigned haven't arrived. So Tsuchigasaki has Vulture Bean with a poll of 95. Might as well keep her because we have these 100 poll officers like JG Mystery off looking around at random nonsense. But she will have this place tip-top pretty quickly regardless. So that is all of our stuff used. There's a Ronin or two in our lands. It will cost a little bit of gold to hire them, but we don't pay these guys. Like, there's no reason in this game not to hire lots of officers because you don't pay them a stipend. They just come to work for you, as far as I can make out. Allow me to serve under you. And... oh, never mind. It's only we can't marry we can't like marry, you know, Zerfall to Jaxor's Baldo because it's only daughters of the Takeda clan that we can marry, and it's for political reasons. So I made you guys related to each other. That was the closest thing I could come up with to you guys being family. Oh, we're supposed to be doing diplomacy with the Suwa. That's our whole quest right now. So the Suwa... we could have... he will get 11. I might have been able to... somebody else might have done better, but I gave people a bunch of tasks. So we'll have him do it. $600 a month. And, it's all pretty expensive. Let's advance so that we can start doing development in the next turn. Might have been a mistake to start building, but I want to start building up Tsuchigasaki, whatever, palace right away. That may have been an error in judgment. Maybe I should have held off a little bit longer, gotten some more gold. So we have started improving roads. It's just not going to go as far as it should have, I guess. And bases are growing due to road improvements.
Let us begin the meeting.
Begin to begin.
Here is last month's balance.
Let us level up Mario's max hit points, never his attack or defense. So we spent way more money than we made that turn with castle improvements and road improvements, so we were going to have to slow down, but I wanted to get going on that first turn. There's a secret path near Fuji Yoshida Castle, secret path near Nakano Castle, secret path near Tsuchigasaki. Ooh, I feel like it. So I off-screened. I'll be honest. I off-screened the first couple of turns, without even using the created officers, just to see what the historical quest was going to be. And we got better stuff than this. I think there's a random factor, and I think we've got very poor rolls. Secret paths are probably always there, but I don't feel like we got any resources. That sucks. Like, I was expecting to find horses and, like, mines and shit. We didn't get anything like that, so that's a shame. Then again, I'm not sure if maybe we did find them and it just didn't affect the message. Our town's in the backbone of our prosperity. How about developing them? That sounds like a good idea. So we do want to change our overseer here to being somebody good, like Froxus Neelock has a poll of 100. Even if we don't use her right now. Oh, never mind. It won't actually change until we use her. Well, that's all of our labor used up. So I guess that was a quick turn. Unless I want to sell... I mean, we could sell... We could look at policies.
Let's enact a policy.
Diplomacy affects Imperial Court. We could get more labor, but all these cost gold every turn, so you want to be careful of that. This does good with crops. Buddhist anchors in popularity, recovers more quickly, usable labor increases. Loyalty of officers with progressive tenet decreases. Well, I'd like to do this eventually, but boy, we need to get our officers happy first. These are too expensive. I can't really afford to be messing with these. We need to be making a lot more money before we can do any of this. All right. It doesn't help our gold situation that we have diplomacy going on, because that does use roads. I mean, gold.
Let us begin the meeting. Here is last month's balance.
Okay, most of that was diplomacy. So we actually did make money this turn.
Reporting in.
What we need is to get our labor back, and now that we're not building the castle anymore, that should help a lot. That being said, I'm tempted to go right back into working on the castle so we can get that residence as soon as possible. Can we afford... So we can't do a residence yet, but it's 2,500. I kind of want to get this going really quickly. That'll eat most of our labor. That'll take us 7 to 2. 1559. Yeah, I was wondering if like it makes it like the statesman and minister traits do anything. 1559 if I do it, because JG has the statesman trait. Grimmeth has the minister trait, but we have it costs the same gold and the same labor. So I'll have JG do it. Same difference, really. What about you? 1559. No, it's the same. So what is the statesman trait doing? I'm sorry, I can't. I'm really curious now. I want to know this because it might make a difference in the future. Occasionally labor needed for infrastructure tasks decreases. Okay. He had minister. Occasional labor occasionally greatly decreases. So minister is actually better. Okay. I wonder why I had JG Mystery as the default best choice. But we'll go with the Minister Grimmeth here. It should be 5 labor remaining, but we'll see. Okay. Well, whatever it does, it didn't trigger. If it had some kind of special power to not be expensive in labor, it didn't trigger that time. So now we can have... Oh, nobody with 100 pull ended up down here. I thought I sent some. I guess I messed it up. Vulture Bean's only 95. Okay. Well, Natsuko Sakai, who is... Oh, loyalty is not a thing that shows up on the screen, but I think she's one of the ones who is not totally loyal. But she's the leader. She's the lady of the castle, so she might as well be the overseer, too. Get to work on crafts. Alright, so road work is complete. Got alliances. Matsudaira allied with the Oda clan. That will be a long-lived alliance, guys. Oda clan allied with the Imagawa clan. That one, not so much. But at this point, Nobunaga, the guy who will become Ieyasu, and even Shingen, none of them are in charge of a clan. We're all like the the main son of a clan leader who is still around.
Here is last month's balance.
So this wasn't as expensive as the last development was, but we're still in the hole. Where most of our income is coming from a mine. So we definitely want to get our craft work up. A harvest of rice. Adjacent bases have grown. Castle Lord gain experience in all areas. And we have 3 labor left, which will be enough. Once again, we're only going to get to do 1 bit of development. I'm going to probably back off on castle expansion once I've got... I want to get a residence at Tsuchikasaki Palace, just because that place has a lot of room to expand. So I want, if I understand things right, the city tiles in your towns, we haven't even poked into that yet for those who've never watched me play this game before, but the actual areas in your town that you can have people working and building, you know, improvements and stuff, the number of those you have depends on the population. So the more the city's population, the more quickly it rises, the better. So if you're thinking in terms of long-term building up cities, population increase is important, and that's why I really want to get Tsuchikasaki, because it's going to be our main base. I want it growing as fast as possible for the long run. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. When we come back next time, I have a feeling it's going to be slow going. Just trying to get our cities built up. It's going to be a while before we get into any combat, which is fine, because some of our neighbors, including the Imagawa and the Hojo, are very dangerous. But the plot should be kicking in fairly soon when we get enough diplomacy going with the Suwa to the north. That's going to kick forward the story of, I've already forgotten his name, but it's Shingen's dad is the current ruler of the clan. The story of how he comes to sort of turn over stewardship of the clan to Shingen will be unfolding in the next few videos. I hope to see you then.